All right, bro, we got Michimochievee in the building. Everybody hit a round of applause, round of applause. If I had a soundboard, I'd hit the soundboard round of applause, but I don't got one. But we about to check out Michimochievee, and she gonna be telling us today what's it like to be a VTuber and what amazing advice she got. I don't know, but let's check it out because this came from the Discord. Link in the description. Let's check it out.
Nice advice, but this is
Let's hear
you'll
it.
thank me later kind of advice, okay?
Word.
Know who your friends really are. I know that sounds bad, but when
That just sound like good advice,
when you
period.
start VTubing or when you start streaming,
To be
right,
honest,
know who are your friends' friends and when who are just like
work
okay,
friends.
friend. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, work friend.
Here's the thing, right? When you're streaming or when you're a content creator, when you're a VTuber, etc., your life is public. Whether you like it or not, you can try and keep some stuff
Facts.
private, but a majority of your life will be public. The shit you do, the things you like, your hobbies, your likes, your dislikes,
Who you do?
everything. People will know.
Facts.
So keeping that in mind, if you can keep things private, keep them private. Not everything has to be public. I overshare a
True.
lot. That is very true. I tend to overshare a lot, but I have a lot of things that I am very like private about that I don't talk to anyone about, right? It's not something bad. It's just like
It's
those
none of our
things that
business.
you don't really want the public to kind of. It's not that you don't want the public to know.
It's none of their
It's
business.
just you don't want the public to have an opinion about it.
It's none of their business.
Because when you talk about stuff, right? Let's say you talk about how close you are with someone, or you're talking about your family relationships to a detail, like super detailed. People will have opinions. You can never stop people from having an opinion
On
What you
anything,
can
bro.
do is
Period.
not tell them. So that is, I have like, that's technically two advice. One, keep the private things extra private. Not everything has to be public. Two, know who your friends are, because these friends, if you tell them stuff, right, you're telling them very private information about yourself, very private struggles, or anything, you know, anything that's private and supposed to be private. If you don't know them well enough, they can use it against you one day.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I know that sounds horrible, but that is
No,
true.
that's crazy,
There
but
are
yeah.
a lot of people, not
That's
a lot, but there
true.
are
That's
people
crazy.
that will kind of just, you know, use your things against you.
Yeah, they will.
If it seems to be the best choice
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
So they're
True.
not bad people. It just, there are, right? Like,
I mean, look, bro, if I told somebody my favorite color was pink and then they tried to use it against me, I'ma assume you're a bad person, because why are you telling people my private business? If I shared it with you on the low, why are you giving it out? That's not something good people do. Okay. So you're either good, you're something in between, or you're bad. And if you're out here telling other people's business, bro, you're probably a bad person.
like you're not actually that close with them in the first place. So, I know this is bad, but this is my genuine advice. If you want to start streaming, you want to start VTubing, this is your first time doing it, network as much as you like. Just make sure you know who your real friends are. The people that stick with you during the hard times, the people that support you when they have nothing to gain. You remember those people.
100%.
Don't remember like, oh, this person that has clout is my friend. No, that is just a person with clout. And
True.
it's fine to say it. Like, if you see me as like, oh, this is where I get my clout from. Like, this is where I get my viewers from. This is where I get like promoted from. That's fair, right? That doesn't mean I'm your best friend. Because you don't know each other that close yet. Don't just randomly trust a stranger. You know, in the internet, right? Like, with the internet, man, trust is very, very blurred. You know what I mean? So, trust your gut. When, like, you gotta remember, these people are still strangers by the end of the day. Until you really, really know them, my advice is not to tell them anything that you don't want anyone to know about. Like, keep your friends really close.
Bro, don't tell anybody anything you wouldn't tell a friend. If you would tell your friend this, then sure, go for it. But if you feel like, I don't know. I mean, I could tell a homie this, but if you got a question mark with it, it's probably not the right person to talk to, period.
Remember the people that were there for you when you needed it the most and they didn't gain shit from. Those are the people you should never let go of.
True.
Aside from that,
Those people are
use
rare.
your own wisdom, you know what I mean? But honest advice is, yeah, keep things private. Public, fine, but like if you can keep things private, keep it private. If you don't want people to give an opinion, don't let people know. That's fine. The world doesn't have to know your business.
True.
I know there are people that are like, wait, why aren't you being transparent? You don't need to know that.
It is none of your damn business.
You know what
Next.
I mean? And I'm not trying to be mean. That's just realistic.
None of your damn business,
When
bitch.
let's say it's like, oh, chat, I have an argument. This is an example. I didn't have an argument, right? It's like an example.
Uh-oh, Michi had an argument.
I just had a big argument with my mom.
Oh.
And then I decide to go on stream and I tell chat about it. I'm like,
Ooh.
chat, I had an argument with my mom. This is what happened, blah, blah, blah. God, I fucking hate my mom.
Oh, man.
The things you say,
Careful what you say, bro.
ever take back. And now there's
just
like
said that out loud.
genuine digital proof of how you feel. You know, like if you say like, I hate my mom, I never liked her, blah, blah, blah. One day, let's say you
Receipts.
want to like
That's
fix
receipts.
your relationship with your mother. And then it's like kind of developing and you're telling chat about it's like, oh, actually, I've reached out to my mom. We're kind of like, you know, working on it. There are communities that are wise enough to be like, oh, good on you. But there will be people that are like, wait.
I thought you said you didn't like your mom.
She doesn't deserve your forgiveness. She doesn't
I
deserve
thought you
this.
said you didn't like her.
You shouldn't be friends with her. You shouldn't be closer with her. You had an argument one time,
Blah,
blah,
blah, blah, blah.
And that will sway your mentality.
Oh,
That's
I hope
your
not.
life. That's your choice.
I hope it
Whoever you
doesn't.
want to be friends with, whoever you want to keep in your life, that's
Look, I would say, look, brother, if you have anything personal, like say, yeah, you do have an argument. Like same, let's use the same example. You have an argument with your mom, blah, blah, blah. You say you don't like your mom, blah, 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 blah. Right. And eventually you grow and you become wiser or you have a conversation and then you crush it and then you tell somebody else if they're like, oh no, you shouldn't, blah, 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 blah. Like, sure. Okay. Listen to what that person has to say, and because maybe they are trying to look out for you, maybe, maybe give them the benefit of the doubt, right? They're supposed to be the friend, supposed to be the homie. At the end of the day, it's still up to you, right? It's still up to you to make the decision. If you were growing with your parent and you're saying, hey, you know what? Let's squash the beef. If somebody is saying like, no, you should keep it, it's still up to you to say no. You should still like agree with yourself. Like if you can get to the point where you guys are trying to mend things together, why would you destroy it again? Like it just doesn't even make any sense because somebody told you should destroy it. It doesn't even make any sense. You feel me? So yeah, definitely, whatever it is that you got going on in your private life, you should definitely keep it private because there are going to be other people to try and help you for your benefit, even though it would be something like, oh, if it was me, I wouldn't do this. Well, you're not me. And we're not in the same shoes. We're not in the same situation. It's always going to be different. So yeah, 100%. Stick with that feeling of, hey, we're going to try and fix it versus nah, let's keep it that way or keep it teared apart. Try and think for yourself.
your choice. But now you have a digital footprint and people now have an opinion. And now one day in the future, they're like, fuck, I should have been closer with my mother. Why didn't I talk with my mom? Who are you going to blame?
Bro, there's no one else to blame besides yourself.
So my best advice, if you can keep it private, keep it private. Sometimes people's opinion may not actually help.
True.
Sometimes they want to look out for you, but that is not the best, right? Having an opinion from one person you trust is probably the best choice. Getting opinion from hundreds of people who don't really know everything about you and you don't know anything about them, not the best advice. So, yeah, and that's coming from me. Like,
yeah, for real, this coming from her.
A lot. Like, I am a very big TMI person. I share a lot of my shit, right?
For real.
When I do something, I tell chat, I'm like, oh, chat, this happened, that happened. But I still shut the fuck up.
Good.
I don't tweet my problems.
Good.
There's a difference there.
That makes it worse.
When I have my problems, I don't tweet about it.
Good.
I don't go like, guys, this is like, I'm gonna be real with you. This happened and I'm blah, blah, this bad, blah, blah. I don't do that because people will have an opinion.
Yeah, and it makes it worse. Like 100%. Like if you're tweeting about your issues, bro, nobody cares besides you. So what you should do is tweet your wins. Tweet anytime you have something successful. And then be like, yeah, I'm doing good, blah, blah, blah. And if somebody has something negative to say, I mean, who cares? Block them, like, whatever. Move on to the next, right? Celebrate your winnings. If you celebrate the more that you win, you'll eventually start winning more. If you're over here complaining about every time you lose, expect to lose more because you keep complaining about it. You keep giving energy to it. Like legitimately, you're sitting here spending all day complaining about something instead of trying to fix it or try and make it better or try and become just an upgrade. You always want to try and keep going up. If you're constantly complaining, you're not going to go anywhere. If anything, you're going to just go down. So it doesn't make any sense. Just be more positive. And I'm not saying just blindly positive. Like if something bad happens, acknowledge that something bad happened. But you could also say, hey, it's something bad that happened, but I can learn from it and I can become better. Oh, I made a mistake. Okay, this is what happened in my mistake. This is how I make sure it doesn't happen again. And then you move forward and you keep going up and you keep going higher. Bro, hit the like button. It's your boy KhunShawn.
Not that it's a bad thing to do. It's just sometimes the opinion fucking sucks.
True.
It's just not it.
L take.
You know?
L
It
takes.
will sway you subconsciously. Don't let other people dictate your
Nah,
life.
that's true. That's
It's
true what
your
she's saying.
choice.
For
Whoever
real, for
you
real.
choose to keep in your inner circle, that is completely your choice.
Yeah, you need to have
This
a
advice
small,
is
strong inner
mostly
circle.
about relationships, right? Not as in dating in general. Like relationships with your friends, relationships if you have a partner, then your partner, your family members, those people. You don't have to talk about it.
True.
It's fine to not talk about it. You know?
Yeah, this is some good advice. Good advice with Michi. I mean, bro, Michi, I think, Michi has a good heart. I think she's always trying to be passionate and a caring person. Kizu, shout out to you. Appreciate you clipping this and making this a thing. But yeah, legitimately, what she's talking about is true. Like, there's going to be people that give their opinions, and that's just how we're wired as humans, right? To get the opinion of somebody else is something that is important, right? So, like, say you have an amazing idea, or you say you're some type of philosopher or something, right? The only way to really put it to the test is talking to another person. That being said, that doesn't mean you have to listen to what the other person has to say. You just have to hear it. And okay, sorry, let me rephrase that. You can listen to what they have to say, but it doesn't mean you have to agree with it. Okay. Acknowledge that it exists. This opinion exists that's different from your own. You don't have to agree with it. You can legitimately sit there, hear it, take it in, translate it to however you want to translate it to, and just be like, nah, I'm going to do my own thing. And then that's what you do. You do your own thing. And you become more successful. To be honest, I think Michi's advice should definitely be followed, to be honest. Like, that's legitimately some good advice. And honestly, it's not the first time she dropped good advice. Like, she's dropped good advice before, but Michi, sometimes she just be, she be landing on her head sometimes. You know what I'm saying? If you watch enough videos or clips or whatever, like, sometimes she be landing on her head and doing some crazy stuff. But this is a Michi W, and I think if anything, it should be considered a common Michi W, because she be getting some W advice, to be honest. But yeah, it's your boy KhunShawn, bro. Hit the like button, link in the description, join the Discord, because that's where this video came from. If you want more cool videos like this, yeah, drop them in the Discord and I'll check them out. Until then, I'll see you guys when I see you guys, man. Y'all be safe. Y'all have a good night. Peace.